Thus can my love excuse the slow offense of my dull bearer, when from thee I speed. From where thou art, why should I haste me thence? Till I return of posting is no need. Oh, what excuse will my poor beast then find, when swift extremity can seem but slow? Then should I spur, though mounted on the wind, in winged speed no motion shall I know. Then can no horse with my desire keep pace. Therefore, desire of perfect love being made, shall neigh no dull flesh in his fiery race. But love, for love thus shall excuse my jade, since from thee going he went willful slow. Towards thee I'll run, and give him leave to go.
So am I as the rich, whose blessed key can bring him to his sweet, uplocked treasure, the which he will not every hour survey, for blunting the fine point of seldom pleasure. Therefore our feasts, so solemn and so rare, since seldom coming in that long year set, like stones of worth, they thinly placed are, or capped in jewels in the carcanet bracelet. So is the time that keeps you as my chest, or as the wardrobe which the robe doth hide, to make some special instant, special blessed, by new unfolding his imprisoned pride. Blessed are you, whose worthiness gives scope, being had to triumph, being lacked to hope. Thank you.
What is your substance whereof you're made, that millions of strange shadows on you tend, since everyone hath, everyone, one shade, and you but one, can every shadow lend? Describe Adonis, and the counterfeit is poorly imitated after you. On Helen's cheek all art of beauty set, and you in Grecian tires are painted new. Speak of the spring, and foison of the year, the other as your bounty doth appear. And you in every blessed shape we know, in all external grace you have some part, but you like none, none you, for constant heart.
Oh, how much more doth beauty beauteous seem by that sweet ornament which truth doth give. The canker blooms have full as deep a dye as the perfume tincture of the roses. Hang on such thorns and play as wantonly when summer's breath their masked buds disclose. But for their virtue only is their show. They live unwooed and unrespected, fade, die to themselves. Sweet roses do not so. Oh, their sweet deaths are sweetest odors come. And so of you, beauteous and lovely youth, when that shall fade, my verse distills your truth.
Not marble, nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive this powerful rhyme, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with sluggish time. When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. 'Gainst death and all oblivious enmity shall you pace forth. Your praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that yourself arise, you live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes.
Sweet love, renew thy force, be it not said, thy edge should blunter, be then appetite, which but today by feeding is allayed, tomorrow sharpened in his former might. So love, be thou although today thou fill thy hungry eyes, even till they wink with fullness, tomorrow see again, and do not kill the spirit of love with a perpetual dullness. Let this sad interim, like this ocean be which parts the shore, where two contradicted new come daily to the banks, that when they see return of love, more blessed may be the view, as call it winter, which being full of care, makes summer's welcome thrice more wished, more rare. Thank you.
Being your slave, what should I do but tend upon the hours and times of your desire? I have no precious time at all to spend, nor services to do till you require. Nor dare I chide the world without end hour, whilst I, my sovereign, watch the clock for you, nor think the bitterness of absence sour when you have bid your servant once adieu. Nor dare I question with my jealous thought where you may be or your affairs suppose, but like a sad slave, stay and think of naught save where you are, how happy you make those. So true a fool is love, that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill.
That God forbid that made me first your slave. I should in thought control your times of pleasure, or at your hand the account of ours to crave. Be your vassal bound to stay at your leisure. Oh, let me suffer. Being at your beck, the imprisoned absence of your liberty and patience, tame to sufferance by its check. Oy without accusing you of injury, beware you lest your charter is so strong that you yourself may privilege your time, that what you will you do it doesn't belong yourself to pardon of self-doing crime. I am to wait the waiting soul, beheld not blame your pleasure, be it ill or well. Well, yeah. Back in the summer of 1609.
If there be nothing new, but that which is hath been before, how are our brains beguiled? Which laboring for invention bears amiss the second burden of a former child. Oh, that record could, with a backward look, even of 500 courses of the sun, show me your image in some antique book,
since mind at first in character was done, that I might see what the old world could say to this composed wonder of your frame, whether we are mended, or were better they, or whether revolution be the same. Oh, sure I am the wits of former days, to subjects worse, have given admiring praise.
Like as the waves make towards the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end, each changing place with that goes before, in secret toil, all towards do contend. Nativity, once in the main of light, crawls to maturity, wherewith, being crowned, crooked eclipses against his glory fight. And time that gave doth now his gift confound. Time doth transfix the flourish set on youth, and delves the parallels in beauty's brow, feeds on the rarities of nature's truth, and nothing stands but for his scythe to mow. And yet to times, in hopes, my verse shall stand, praising thy worth despite his cruel hand.
Is it thy will thy image should keep open my heavy eyelids to the weary night? Dost thou desire my slumbers be broken, while shadows like to thee do mock my sight? Is it thy spirit that thou sendest from thee so far from home into my deeds to pry, to find out shames and idle hours in me, the scope and tenor of my jealousy? Oh no, thy love, though much, is not so great. It is my love that keeps mine eye awake, thine own true love that doth my rest defeat, to play the watchman ever for thy sake. For thee watch I, while thou dost wake elsewhere, from me far off, with others out in ear.
Sin of self-love possesseth all mine eye, and all my soul, and all my every part. And for this sin there is no remedy. It is so grounded inward in my heart. Methinks no face so gracious as is mine, no shape so true, no truth of such account. And for myself mine own worth I do define, as I all other and all worse surmount. But when my glass shows me myself indeed, beaded and chopped with tanned antiquity, mine own self-love quite contrary I read. Self so self-loving were iniquity, 'tis thee, myself, that for myself I praise, panting my age with beauty of thy days.
Against my love shall be, as I am now, with time's injurious hand, crushed and o'erworn. When hours have drained his blood and filled his brow with lines and wrinkles, when his youthful morn hath traveled on to age's steepy night, and all those beauties whereof now he's king are vanishing or vanished out of sight, stealing away the treasure of his spring. For such a time do I now fortify against confounding age's cruel knife, that he may never cut from memory my sweet love's beauty, though he cut my lover's life. His beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green.
When I have seen by time's fell hand defaced the rich, proud cost of outworn, buried age, when sometime lofty towers I see down raised, and brass eternal slave to mortal rage, when I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore and the firm soil win of the watery main, increasing store with loss and loss with store, when I have seen such interchange of state, or state itself, confounded to decay. Ruin hath taught me thus, to ruminate that time will come and take my love away. This thought is as a death, which cannot choose but weep, to have that which it fears to lose.
And in honor of Arts Access, I will be presenting Sonnet 65 in Braille. Bump dot 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 bump dot. Since brass nor stone nor earth nor boundless sea, but sad mortality o'ersways their power. How with this rage shall beauty hold a plea, whose action is no stronger than a flower? Oh, how summer's honey breath hold out against the wrackful siege of battering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel are not so strong, but time decays. Oh, fearful meditation, where, alack, shall time's best jewel from time's chest lie hid? Or what strong hand can hold his swift foot back? Or who his spoiled beauty can forbid? Oh, none, unless this miracle have might, that in black ink my love shall still shine bright.
Tired with all these, for death, for restful death, I cry, as to the whole desert a beggar born and needy nothing, trimmed in jollity and purest faith, unhappily forsworn, and gilded honor shamefully misplaced, and maiden virtue rudely strumpeted, and strength by limping sway disabled, and heart made tongue-tied by authority, and folly, doctor-like, controlling skill, and simple truth is called simplicity, and captive good attending captain ill. Tired with all these, from these I would be gone, save that to die I leave my love alone.
Ah, wherefore with infection should he live, and with his presence grace and piety, that sin by him advantage should achieve, and lace itself with his society? Why should false painting imitate his cheek, and steal dead seeming of his living hue? And why should poor beauty indirectly seek roses of shadow, since his rose is so true? Why should he live, now nature bankrupt is, beggared of blood to blush through the lively veins? For she hath no exchequer now but his, and proud of many, lives upon his gains. Oh, him she stores, to show what wealth she had in days long since, before these last so bad.
Thus is his cheek, the map of days outworn, when beauty lived and died as flowers do now. Before these bastard signs of fair were born, or durst inhabit on a living brow, Before the golden tresses of the dead, the rite of sepulchres were shorn away to live a second life on a second head. Ere beauty's dead fleece made another gay. In him, these holy antique hours are seen without all ornament, itself and true, making no summer of another's green, robbing no old to dress his beauty new. And him as for a map doth nature store, to show false art what beauty was of yore.
Those parts of thee that the world's eye doth view want nothing that the thought of hearts can mend. All tongues, the voice of souls, give thee that due, uttering bare truth, even so as foes commend. Thy outward thus with outward praise is crowned, but those same tongues that give thee thine own in other accents do this praise confound. By seeing farther than the eye hath shown, they look into the beauty of your mind. And that in guess they measure by thy deeds, then churl their thoughts, although their eyes were kind, to thy fair flower add the rank smell of weeds. But why thy odor matcheth not thy show? The solve is this, that thou dost common grow.
That thou art blamed shall not be thy defect, for slander's mark was ever yet the fair. The ornament of beauty is suspect, a crow that flies in heaven's sweetest air. So thou be good, slander doth but approve thy worth the greater, being wooed of time. For cankervice the sweetest buds doth love, and thou present'st a pure, unstained prime. Thou hast passed by the ambush of young days, either not assailed or victor being charged. Yet this thy praise cannot be so thy praise to tie up envy evermore enlarged. If some suspect of it, if some suspect of ill masked not thy show, then thou alone kingdoms of hearts would owe.
No longer mourn for me when I am dead, then you shall hear the surly, sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world with vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so, that I in your sweet thoughts would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if, I say, you look upon this verse, when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your love even with my life decay, lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone.
Oh, lest the world should task you to recite with merit lived in me, that you should love after my death, dear love, forget me quite, for you in me can nothing worthy prove, unless you would devise some virtuous lie, to do more for me than mine own desert, and hang more praise upon deceased I, than niggard truth would willingly impart. O lest your true love may seem false in this, that you for love speak well of me untrue. My name be buried where my body is, and live no more to shame nor me nor you. For I am shamed by that which I bring forth, and so should you, to love things nothing worth.
That time of year thou mayst in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold, bare ruined choirs, where late the sweet birds sang. In me thou see the twilight of such day, as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away. Death's second self, that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire, that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which make thy love more strong, to love all well, which thou must leave ere long. Thank you.
But be contented when that fell arrest without all bail shall carry me away. My life hath in this line some interest, which for memorial still with thee shall stay. When thou reviewest this, thou dost review the very part was consecrate to thee. The earth can have but earth, which is his due. My spirit is thine, the better part of me. So then thou hast but lost the dregs of life, the prey of worms, my body being dead, the coward conquest of a wretch's knife, too base of thee to be remembered. The worth of that is that which it contains, and that is this, and this with thee remains.
So are you to my thoughts as food to life, or as sweet seasoned showers are to the ground. And for the peace of you I hold such strife, as twixt a miser and his wealth is found. Now proud as an employer and an anon, doubting that filching age will steal his treasure, now counting best to be with you alone, than bettered that the world may see my pleasure. Sometime I'll full with feasting on your sight, and by clean starved for a look, possessing or pursuing no delight. Save what is had, or must from you be took. Thus do I pine and surfeit day by day, or gluttoning on all, or all away.
Why is my verse so barren of new pride? Why, with time, do I not glance at the newfound methods and compounds strange? Why write I, all one, ever same, and keep invention in a noted weed?
That every word doth almost tell my name, showing of birth and where they did proceed. Oh no, sweet love, I always write of you. You and love are still my argument. So all my best is dressing old words new, and spinning again what has already been spent.
For as the sun is daily new and old, so is my love still telling what was told.
Thy glass will show thee how thy beauties wear, thy dial how the precious minutes waste. The vacant leaves thy mind's in print will bear, and of this book, this learning, mayst thou taste. The wrinkles which thy glass will truly show, of mouthed graves will give thee memory. Thou by thy dial shady stealth shall know time's thievish progress to eternity. Look what thy memory cannot contain. Look what thy memory cannot contain. Commit to these waste blanks, and thou shalt find those children nursed, delivered from thy brain, to take a new acquaintance of thy mind. These offices, so oft as thou wilt look, shall profit thee, and much enrich thy book. Thank you.